Hey everybody, welcome to the OBT show. I'm Brendan.
I'm Chris.
We were reminiscing about old times.
The times that we've spent together.
The times that we spent together, and we want to give a shout out to all our listeners out there.
All of them.
All of them that we can probably name out loud.
Right now.
Somebody did email us though.
Yes, we did. We got a submission to our competition.
When we did the commercial. We didn't even really have what was the contest?
It was we were going to give shit away. The first person that would email us would just give them some shit.
So we have to give them some stuff. Well, I'm holding a O'Brien coaster that I'd like to send out. What are you going to bring? What are you going to
something at home. I already know what I'm giving.
But you got to make sure you can't send it separately. You got to here. I'm going to give this to you then.
Okay.
And if you want to mail that out to.
Are we naming our contest winner?
Yeah,
our contest winner
is first name
Matt.
To Matt. Matt emailed us very angry, and I want him to know from me on behalf of Chris that we are sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That I'm sorry that we didn't get back to you sooner, and that we value you as a listener since you are only one of a handful that we have. So we want to make sure that you stay invested in our show, and we thank you for listening every week.
Thank you.
That was a very professional response, wasn't it? Professionalism first and foremost.
Well,
at the OBT
we
show.
can fulfill on here at least.
We can send you random shit. So let me up the ante. I will send you something in our studio room to the first person that emails the obtshow@gmail.com with the subject line poop.
Can I send?
Yeah.
Because it's my favorite word. So I think I want to get invested in this competition.
It's the poop shoot. The poop shoot.
Poop shoot.
The poop shoot.
The poop shoot.
So remember that subject line poop, the obtshow@gmail.com. We'll send you something.
First word in the email, shoot.
Shoot. Poop. Subject line, obtshow@gmail.com. Chris, how are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, you're a little boozed up.
I won $100.
Yeah, you had a staff party.
Yeah, they gave us some free foods and some free boozes. How are you doing?
I'm good. I started a detox
Before
thing.
you start saying it, and then I'll ask you.
Are you yelling at me for interrupting you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. On behalf of me, I'd like to apologize to my only podcast partner that I have.
This will be the apology episode.
So let me reverse, and I want to give you ample time to discuss what you did. Go.
What? No, I was going to say, how are you? And you already started telling me.
I like to just make sure you know how I'm doing at all times. I started a detox thing.
Like a
eating healthier.
cleanse?
Not a cleanse. I found something on BuzzFeed that describes...
Oh, that's a great start.
It looked legit. It was snacks. It was like things to eat, like a 2-week eating cleanse.
Okay.
It's not terrible. I tried a kale and banana shake today. That tasted bad. But I felt good for the rest of the day.
I mean, I'll eat kale, but kale and banana shake?
With a little bit of vanilla extract. It was supposed to have almond milk. But I did almond milk, but I did regular milk.
Almond?
Almond, sorry. I said almond. Almond. A good friend of the show. Almond.
Do you say pecan or pecan?
Pecan.
Okay. All right. I'm okay.
I don't know why I said, I'm sorry. On behalf of me, I apologize to my only podcast sponsor, partner, Chris, that I mispronounced the word.
You can apologize to
almond.
Webster.
So I'm doing that. I'll let you know how it goes. But I'm trying not to eat, because I eat junk food when I'm just watching TV and stuff. So I switched, instead of like chips and salsa, I did celery and hummus.
Okay. That's good though. That tastes good.
It tastes good, and it's not terrible. I'm not going just like a powdered drink cleanse or some crap. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But like I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch.
I don't know.
But I'm going to eat something
pretty
healthy.
heavy.
I'm going to eat something healthy.
That's a heavy lunch.
Fuck you. But I'm going to eat healthy for dinner tonight.
Dude, baby carrots and hummus is the best because baby carrots are sweet.
Yeah.
And they're good for
I love
you.
baby
So
carrots.
it's like nature's candy.
And I ate 2 cookies for lunch today too.
We're going to get healthy on the OBT show.
So I've not had caffeine in 3 days of any kind.
Well, the shakes aren't that noticeable, so I'm proud of you.
I wasn't that bad. I like coffee.
I'm teasing.
I like coffee, so that's a problem for me.
Yeah, I'm glad I never got in on the coffee game.
That's what's messing me up a little bit because I'm used to having coffee in the morning.
Well, yeah, because I mean, once you start as that's your breakfast fuel, you know, and you take it away, your body's probably just like, brrr,
Yeah,
and then a day or two later, you're like, all right, well, whatever.
Between that and the allergies, I took an 1.5 hour nap yesterday.
Nice.
I was exhausted.
Dude, I started taking my allergy medicine like 3 weeks before the season started because I was like, I'm just going to be proactive about it this year. I'm not going to wait till I'm dying and then start taking it.
I waited till I died.
I know. I saw you rubbing your eye. I was like, oh, I know those
Well, I didn't
feels.
take anything at all today.
Oh.
But because it messes me up because I get too lethargic. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
I kind of do every other.
Sleeping on the job, Brendan O'Brien.
If you're looking for an alert person, Brendan O'Brien is not that person.
Hey, Brendan.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
I didn't even know you were going to do that. It totally caught me by surprise.
I've been waiting. Every time I do it, it's always pre-programmed.
I didn't know that's where you're going. That makes me happy. Because normally I'm like, what?
Segway.
Segway. Sponsor. Do we have any sponsors today? Water.
We're sponsored by nature and making our lives miserable. Nature.
Pollen. Nature's sperm.
Oh, it is. It's in our
nature's
eyes
sperm.
and nose.
It just blew all over our face.
Well, besides our sponsor,
besides our sponsor of nature,
there was a trailer released today.
do you want to talk about that, or do you want to talk about Godzilla? Because Godzilla is more current. You saw that film.
No, we're talking about this trailer
All right,
right now while it's still fresh in your mind.
Well, I'm not.
You literally.
All right, I literally just saw it because I didn't get a chance to see it before.
Literally just saw it. And that would be Guardians of the Galaxy. Heyo.
This is the second trailer. The first one was played ad nauseum, which I don't say that negatively. I liked the first one, but I was happy to see new footage. What were your thoughts on it?
It gave a little bit more context of their character roles in the movie, and it just looks overall like it's going to be a huge action movie.
Oh yeah,
like there's no other way of looking at it. They've got prison fight scenes, space fight scenes on fight scenes,
fight scenes on fights, and gave you the first official look / hearing of Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon and Vin Diesel as Groot, which wasn't really much.
Yeah, because he just says his name. But I mean, for Rocket Raccoon, the only thing that we'd heard before was like this short, little tiny teaser. But this was like a couple lines. You could sense the attitude,
Which was cool.
It was awesome.
I was really excited.
I'm really excited. And you actually finally got a good look at Batista. He's got
looks good.
Like every single shot before was like very quick.
Yeah.
This one was look like high def, and it was like you could see all of the markings all over his body, and you're like, holy moly.
Which cool detail, because that's how Drax the Destroyer looks in the comics. He's very detailed.
Yeah.
So I was very happy. Normally, sometimes they'll take the easy way out and just draw him in green, which is lame. But they really put some thought into how he looks, which I thought was really cool.
Marvel, thumbs up.
Thumbs up from the OBT show. But I think I also like that it still plays up the humor side of it, which I think is a great selling point, that it's more of a action comedy than a straight up let's be serious like Winter Soldier, because I think that would be the wrong play if they were all serious like that, because that grouping doesn't lend itself to that. I'm sure there's going to be serious moments, but it's not going to be overtly Winter Soldier-esque or Iron Man 3-esque.
Yeah, no, I think Cap had to be serious for it to be taken more seriously, but it had its campy moments here and there. This looks like it's perfect setup for a comedy. With action.
With action. Did you happen to watch S.H.I.E.L.D.? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No, I gave up.
May I comment on it briefly? Because I did watch it. I watched the season finale.
Was there a twist? Like, was a certain person pointed to director?
Yeah. I liked it, though. I liked it because it finally started to make a little bit of sense, and I think that says a lot for how this first season went. When a guy like me who never watched most of it, I never watched a full episode. I probably watched about half. I probably watched 3 episodes in about 30 minutes each.
Okay.
I was able to pick up what happened.
Fair enough.
They do continue to build on the reveal of Hydra as they did in Captain America, and Samuel L. Jackson does make an appearance, and he helps out. He actually is in in there a lot longer than he was the first time when they had him on. So they actually has speaking part in a role, and which was cool, as opposed to him complaining about the car, which he did in the first one. Was sort of like cutesy, like, look at us, we're in the same universe. This one was like, oh, cool, they're actually bringing the Marvel Cinematic Universe to the television for the first time. And you remember in Captain America where he has that little cube info? He hands that to Coulson and says, "You are now director of S.H.I.E.L.D."
That's awesome.
And he goes, "This is everything that I know."
Spoiler alert.
Sorry. We spoiled two. In one sentence, I spoiled two things for you.
We would like to apologize.
On behalf of me, I want to apologize to all those who have been spoiled by my previous comment. I was not aware that I was about to mention a major reveal of both a film and a show, and I apologize because I never want any member of our audience to feel as though I ruined an event for them. So
ruined. You done it.
Did it. On behalf of the OBT show, I apologize.
But I think that's a good take. That's the direction it should go.
They did one. Ward, if you care, Ward is still a bad guy, and he gets thrown away in jail. He was a traitor. And then Patton Oswalt's character, who had died in like 3 episodes previous, they're kind of goofy, but they're like, he shows up at the end at this vacant base, and he was like the twin brother of this guy, which some people online have said this is the official introduction of life model decoys, that they're just glossing over the fact that it's a life model decoy. And they'll reveal that later, but that's an easy way for them to explain random twins all of a sudden.
Okay.
But the ending of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 1 is Nick Fury goes away, and Coulson says, "Are you really gone for good?" And then he pulls down his eye patch to reveal his busted up eye. He's like, "I'm always keeping my eye on you." That's his last line, and then he walks away.
That's badass.
And Coulson is now in charge of the new S.H.I.E.L.D., which he isn't tasked with rebuilding it. So, which I think, and I agree with some reviews out there, I couldn't get into it because I felt like S.H.I.E.L.D. is so big and they're so connected to the Avengers. Why don't they just show up? This kind of severs them from that weight where it is very much a grassroots, tight-knit group. So I'm curious. I'll put it this way. I'm invested, and I want to see what the season premiere looks like in the fall.
Okay.
Because I think it might be better, and they establish some kind of cool hints at villains. A guy with a really bloody hand just picks up a photo of one of the current agents and is like, and this woman off camera goes, "I found your daughter." So they're building some intrigue. Ooh. And then one of the villains in it is writing these weird symbols down, which I'm not sure if this will connect to Guardians or not because it looks alien. And then Coulson looks at it in storage on his ship, and then he goes and he scratches into the wall the same symbols, and then you pan back, and he's done the entire wall in these weird circles and lines, and you don't know, and there's no explanation for it. It looks very much like what Guardians could be with some of the symbols on there that I noticed just in that clip, even some of the markings on Drax. So I'm wondering if they're going to be building towards a space theme in season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to bridge the gap.
Do they have the budget for that?
Probably not. It'll look like Farscape. Or
Spaceballs.
Or Spaceballs. It'll be a lot of off-camera. Look at that ship, but they just stay on Coulson. That's a big ship,
and they just
cuts it inside the ship.
Lights on their face.
We're inside the ship. So, but if they do that, I think that'd be cool. But even if it's just a visitor from space. But sorry, I went on for too long about S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's okay.
I was excited.
What else do we want to talk about?
Godzilla.
Oh,
you saw it.
Godzilla.
Racist.
That's not racist. That's what they said in the movie.
All right.
In the first one.
It was still racist.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
You have to issue an apology.
I want to apologize for what I took as the initial phrase heard in the first Godzilla movie. Taken out of context, does seem racist. And on behalf of the OBT show, I want to apologize. It was pretty professional. Thank you.
Was good. No.
I brought a tear to Brendan's allergy eye.
I'm not tearing for you. I'm just my allergies are killing me. So what'd you think? I did not see it. So
I saw it, and as with most Godzilla movies, it is very story heavy.
Yeah,
and you get to see all the fight scenes at the end, and the fight scenes are pretty fucking badass. Yeah. Very visually well done. A lot of, from human perspective, a lot of shots where you'll see stuff happening in the background.
Yeah.
That I really, really liked. They did that really well. Like, there'll be like a news segment, and you'll see stuff on there, but people walking around and stuff, and you're watching the news segment while you're seeing things going on. You're like, oh man, this is so cool.
That's awesome.
And then right back into the action. So it's really, really cool. The story,
not so much.
I mean, for a Godzilla movie, it's on par.
Yeah. But can you really walk into that and expect great storytelling?
I mean, okay, for me, after watching Pacific Rim, being excited for a Godzilla movie, to be coming out,
right?
Pacific Rim really added a whole lot of stuff to that kind of universe as far as big monster battles go. This was more so a reimagining.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not a reboot.
No.
Or a full reboot. It's they're using pieces from old Godzilla stuff to build into this story. So I guess you can consider it a reboot. There's going to be a sequel.
Okay.
But there's no indication of that in the movie. So.
Oh, okay.
It was very exciting to watch.
All right.
Bryan Cranston steals the show.
Well, he's awesome in it.
Yeah, he's so good.
So
every time he starts yelling, you're just like, yes, I must listen to you.
Would you pay to see him just yelling? A movie of him yelling at people?
Yeah. Angrily, depressed. Any version of Bryan Cranston yelling at people, I'd pay for that.
I'd do that too. Okay, cool. So what is your rating of it?
My rating of Godzilla on a scale of old school roar being a 5 and the new school roar being a 0. We're going to go 3.75.
Wait, you rank higher the old version?
Oh, the old's always better.
True. All right.
Nostalgia, man.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
3.75.
Wow. I like that. On behalf of the OBT show, I'd like to apologize that Chris didn't fully commit to a number. Instead, he took an easy way out of 0.75. We normally like to have a solid number for all of our listeners, and I wanted to take the time to apologize that we did not accurately give you a full review.
I want to at least state that there was a whole big hoopla online about this Godzilla looking fat.
Yeah, I know, which I thought was dumb.
Dumbest thing I've ever... once you see and you're watching the movie, you're just like, really? Like, this was a problem for people?
Yeah.
Giant monsters are fighting each other. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even... I saw it and I was like, I'm not even going to... This is dumb.
I just wanted to make sure that we gave weight to it. So we can be like, fair. Those people are stupid. They are
That's
dumb.
fair.
Dumb.
Dumb. So, the other big news, movie news big news for us was Zack Snyder revealed... Don't look at me like that, dude. I can't.
You said it's big, so I was excited.
There's no cameras here, Chris.
They can sense my excitement.
They can sense it through the microphone? Yeah. Zack Snyder, last week, was it?
Yeah.
Tweeted a photo of the back of the Batmobile. It was like, maybe I should reveal this. And then on Thursday, he gave us a full reveal of not just the Batmobile, but of Batman.
Yeah, really good shot.
Really solid shot. What did you think of the costume?
I think it looks awesome. It's a throwback. It's not necessarily. It's like a new age version of the old school look,
right?
With the bigger bat on the chest versus having like the little skimpy bat.
Yeah,
it's in black and white, so I'm nervous about the coloring.
Yeah, coloring is big because if you don't want to go latex black because then you're back to Batman '89, Batman Returns.
You don't want it to be too light gray,
which was Dark Knight.
Well, no, I mean, more like, the costumes that you see in the Halloween store.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. That's a color that should be retired.
Yeah.
I was kind of interested in the shorter bat ears. Some people were all up in arms about that. I'm fine with that.
I think it looks good.
It looks cool. I think it looks more stealthy than the big ears. The only slight criticism, but it's not necessarily a fair one at this point because you don't really know how the full costume will look. We saw it at an angle. It looks like Batman is jacked.
Yes. Which,
if you're looking at a perspective of an older Batman, that makes a little bit of sense because you get a little bit heavier when you get older. His arms might be a little bit bigger. He might be more of a bodybuilder type mass. Brawler, but I'm more used to the thinner, more athletic looking. That's my preferred Batman.
Well, most of the takes of Batman as he got older, he got bigger.
Yes, he got bigger.
He's more brawler. He's more brawler. Like about because he can't really do the moves, so you might as well just knock the snot out of him.
Right. If you're taking a page, and they did, they took a page to make the announcement for Batman versus Superman from Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
So if you go with that line of thought, if that is what is informing Snyder's vision of Batman, then yes, this is the Batman you get. So
it looks pretty good if it's going along that route.
It looks good, but I'm very curious to see how they connect the dots, so to speak. Like how I'm just so curious because it's so huge what they're trying to do that you and I have discussed this before, but
yeah.
It's just so massive and people are getting super excited about Batman. It's like, okay, well, it is still an unknown title and people are calling it Batman versus Superman, but we could very well have it be Man of Steel 2.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's no Batman in the title.
Well, I think if with him releasing so much about Batman, it's trying to drive home yes, it is a Man of Steel 2, but we're making the universe bigger. Because that's what they have to do. They don't have a choice now. Marvel's killing them.
Yeah, and they messed up with Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And they've messed up with quite a few of their characters.
They messed up by not having things in some kind of continuity with each other, knowing full and well that in the comics there's been a lot of continuity. And what has it been that we've had DC movies that have been popular? 30 years, 40 years?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What Marvel really got their shit together for the past 15 years.
Yeah, because you go back to Superman, Christopher Reeve. That was the late 70s. Yeah, you're right. I mean, they had the potential where if they were just thinking forward thinkers as opposed to like let's make every superhero exclusive unto himself, they could have been in a position where Marvel was behind.
Yeah,
and Marvel made the good decision to move forward. But
I mean, I think at least Marvel has one person overview, and now who's that? Was it who's doing? Not JJ.
No.
Joss Whedon, isn't he?
Josh Whedon. Well, supposedly Whedon is in charge of the Avengers movies, and then what he does, he kind of
like umbrellas
the rest of them, or at least gives guidance to them.
Okay.
Joe Quesada, I believe, is creative, and Avi Arend, I think if I'm remembering correctly, they're involved somehow with the overall shepherding of the whole project. But Whedon is the architect for informing the other films. Like there is no basis for Captain America 2 without Avengers 1 and Whedon's writing. So
yeah. And the good thing is, yeah, they stand on their own right, but since they have that umbrella effect, it creates this nice feeling where you're like, every movie you go into, yes, there's this and there's more. There's this and there's more. There's this and
it's nice because you can walk into Captain America 2 knowing that Tony Stark exists.
Yeah. And
not that he's a vacuum unto itself.
And then you go into, the last Man of Steel movie, and you're like, yes, there's more? Question mark.
Yeah, you're like,
am I sure if I want more? Yeah, and if there is more,
it is a terrifying. It's a terrifying prospect if you're a DC fan, which we both are. And it's like
we're huge Batman fans.
And then you're like, but he's gonna be with Henry Cavill's Superman, and he's gonna be, I don't know what. And then they're gonna put Wonder Woman in this.
Yeah, and they showed some shots of her.
I didn't see them.
They have her like in this like really really fancy blue getup. The hair is all done, very very Wonder Woman-esque, like that jet black. But she doesn't look like she put on any weight, and the girl was already pretty skinny to begin with.
I like the girl they had for the TV show.
What's your face?
I forget her name, but that looked good. She looked good in that costume, and they canceled it. Dummies.
I'm sending a loud shrug.
The only other DC news, and a loud truck. The only other DC news I know of is they premiered the Flash trailer, which looked awesome.
It looked really awesome. DC's got their shit together with TV.
Well, here's the thing. I don't understand why the TV guys can't join Justice League.
Because they don't have some kind of umbrella. They need a DC umbrella.
You can't plug in Stephen Amell to play Arrow in JLA.
It would be pretty awesome.
That'd be awesome. I don't understand why. I mean, I get why they didn't do Tom Welling for Superman because they weren't developing a Superman movie at this point.
Yeah, no, or they weren't trying to really branch it out.
Right, but you already got a fully fledged Arrow character, and you already have the template.
Banging awesome. Away, like as well as you could do it for a TV show.
Yeah.
Better than characters have done for movies.
Yes, and you already have the template of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a nice way to transition from at least you have the guidepost on how to transition characters that were in films back to TV and TV back to films. So why not? I'll be very disappointed if they cast somebody different for JLA.
Well, that's even if they do Green Arrow, first off. And then,
I don't think you're going to get a standalone Green Arrow movie. I think you're going to get
I mean,
JLA.
If they do Justice League, if they even put Green Arrow in
Flash
it.
has a chance.
95% of people that are surface dwellers don't think that Green Arrow is part of the Justice League. And they're like, what do you mean? There's Green Lantern and Green Arrow? I'm like, yes.
Well, yeah, but they've at least thrown it out there because Justice League Unlimited came out 8 years ago. And if you think in terms of kids that were 8 are now 16 and seeing these films, I don't think it's too far-fetched of an idea that Green Lantern could be part of it, because they threw everybody in the kitchen sink in... Green Arrow. Everybody in the kitchen... I apologize. Everybody in the kitchen sink for Justice League Unlimited. Even the cowboy character, 5-Star Kid or something like that.
Shit, really?
Yeah, he was in Two Gun Kid. Two Gun Kid was in Justice League Unlimited.
But that's in the cartoons.
I know, but I'm just saying, I don't buy the idea that they'll be like, oh, it's too hard of a transition. No one will know who he is. To a degree, yeah, he's not a popular mainstream character, but you've already thrown him in so many cartoons beforehand.
My fear is based on the fact that DC has been dragging its feet for a long time, so that's why I would be like, if you already have something that's just really good, shove it into the movie somehow. Anyway,
you do what Marvel's done, and they bring in comic book writer guys, because I think they seem to not know how to wrestle with the Superman conundrum, which is Superman's all powerful, he should just beat up everybody. But Grant Morrison knows how to write that. Dan Jurgens knows how to write that. There's so many talented writers that have written stories where Superman is in legit danger even when he's with the JLA. So Grant Morrison in particular would be wonderful. It'd be a weird story, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be really weird stuff. I was just thinking about it. I was like,
Superman might be naked if Grant Morrison writes it.
Yeah,
I'd be all right with that.
Naked Superman.
Chris, what'd you learn today?
We here at the OBT show would like to apologize for putting the image of a not clothed but fully naked Superman into the heads of all of our listeners. I learned that effective apologies really drive home the feeling and the emotion that we are sorry. Yep. What did you learn today, Brendan?
I learned that if I change the tone of my voice when I'm apologizing, it sounds really good. So I'll do this and I'll just go, I'd like to apologize.
That's not getting you out of it with the ladies.
I'd like to apologize.
Dear lady friend.
Dear ladies.
I would like to apologize.
I apologize.
On behalf of every mistake I've ever made.
A blanket statement to all past and future ladies. I apologize for what I said.
If it sounds good, go with it.
Wise words. I'm Brendan.